Hi everyone, welcome to my newest panning video. This one is called Help Me Decide My Pan That Palette for 2025. Say that a few times fast. So I'm in the process of trying to decide what palette to pan for 2025. Now I will say by panning I mean usage goals, just because I have so many products in my collection, but I still hope to hit some definitely significant pans in whatever palette I end up deciding on. Now, if you have seen my videos before, you may know that I'm a big fan of Pat McGrath, and I actually have 5 of her palettes. So here they are in all their glory. And I have a terrible confession to make. I haven't used 2 of them. 2 of them are brand new. So here's all the Pat McGrath palettes I have. So there's 5 of them. And I'm going to be picking from these 5 which palette to pan for 2025. And I will need your help in voting for my top 3. I think I've narrowed it down to 3, but I will talk both of us through my thought process, because I'm still kind of trying to decide what to do and mulling it over. So the first palette under contention is called the, let's see, Subversive number 3 palette. This palette is unique in that without using the other 2 brand new ones that I have, it's my favorite in my collection, probably of all time, but definitely my favorite Pat McGrath palette. And it looks like this. Look at that pan I hit already. And this one, I think I haven't hit Waffle Pan yet, but it looks like it's very close, and this one as well. So this is a beautiful, beautiful palette. It's actually, despite how colorful it looks, it's actually very versatile. And as you can see, I have loved it. I've really, really loved it and used it a ton over the years I've had it. However, the performance has really, really decreased because this is a very old palette. I purchased it or started using it in December of 2017. So what is that? By 2025, it will be 8 years old. So it's definitely time to retire it. Even though I've had made great progress in it, it's really not the same as when I first had it. And the shadows are powdery, they've lost their pigment, and they're much more fallouty than they used to be. So during one of Pat's amazing sales, I got it again for 50% off. So I have a brand new one here. Isn't that beautiful? So this is option number 1. Colorful. I know I love it. I've used it to death. So number 3, palette number 3, Subversive palette. So, and this is the packaging that it comes in. Whoops, the pink one. Now the option number 2, which I guess we will say it's not really an option because I've opted out of it. So this is the only palette that I've decided not to pan. It's her Mothership 5 Bronze Ambition palette, and it looks like this. I also really love this palette, and I certainly will plan to use it quite a bit in the year 2025 in my No Pan Left Behind challenge, but I will not be panning this because I don't love it enough to pan it, because my favorite shade is this shade, and really I want to say I bought it for this shade, and I did, and without this shade I don't know that I would have purchased this palette. So that's how much I don't like the other colors in here. What would I do with a red shimmer? I'm a neutrals girl. As much as this look is kind of dramatic, but normally I'm very neutral, so I don't know what to do with this red shimmer. This shade is a dud. It looks like it would be really, really beautiful. It's like a taupe, but it's actually very, the pigment it hard pans easily, and the pigment is not ideal. It doesn't apply well with fingers or flat shader brushes, and I really hate the shade. And I know it's not just me. I've talked to some of my makeup enthusiast friends who have this palette, and they all agree that this shade is a dud. So this palette is not in contention, even though I do love it. I love having it in my collection, but it's definitely not my favorite Pat McGrath palette. So So the next option is her first palette, Mothership 1. What's it called? And it's in this packaging. It's beautiful artwork. Subliminal. And it looks like this. This is so beautiful. It's just neutral enough for me to want to pan. The blue is obviously challenging, but I still prefer blues over reds, I guess, as eyeshadow, because I have brown eyes. Blue can really flatter the look, and I can try to make it subtle. So I really, really love this one. It's a very strong contender for me to pan. So that's Subliminal palette, her Mothership 1. Haven't even touched it. It was purchased as a set during her sale, so I got 3 palettes together for almost half off, so I kind of had to do it. Of course I didn't have to do it, but I had been meaning to get these palettes, so it was just a really good deal at the right time and for what I had been planning to purchase. The next one is her Mothership 2 called Sublime palette, and it's the green centered color story. Also gorgeous, gorgeous shades, and mostly neutral once again, just with the pop of green. So once again, a strong contender. I would be happy to pan this palette, although I don't know the quality is like, obviously, for these shades because I haven't tried them, but we shall see if I do end up choosing that one. So that was the Mothership 1. And then finally, I have Mothership 10, Moonlit Seduction. And this one I have definitely dug in quite a bit since its release. I've used it. And this is also really beautiful, super glittery. It's the first palette where these shades are not baked, not her famous baked flaky formula. Very unpopular opinion here, but I actually don't love her baked formula that she's so famous for. I prefer these that are just metallic and glittery. They perform just as well, and I find they have less fallout. So I'm definitely in the minority in that I don't miss her special baked shades. These are also special shades. They're just not in that baked formula that everybody raves about that I'm not really so much for, but I also love this palette. So those are the 4 options we have here. I'll just lay them out in all their color glory for you to take a look at. I'm going to pop a poll underneath this video, so please feel free to vote there. I mean, you can also leave a comment on what you'd like to choose and why, and I'm going to tally it all up, and my final decision will be heavily influenced by your votes, if not completely influenced by your votes. So I've got these 2. Do not drop them, Teresa. Do not drop them. I think I would cry. So I've got these 3. Sorry, I'm blinding you. And this one. So these 4. Moonlit Seduction, Mothership 10, Mothership 3, Mothership 2, I want to say, or 1, sorry, 1 is the blue and 2 is the green. So yes, please let me know what your thoughts are, which one you think I should pan, and I'd love to have lots of discussions with you underneath this video, and I will be back with my introduction video of which palette I decide to pan. So thank you so much for joining me. I can't wait to talk to you. Bye.